There's a great look at the Greenfoot Capitals waiting to hit the ice here at the John Paris Jr. Rink ahead of Game 4. It's the Maritime Major Female Hockey League Nova Scotia Championship. The Lindsay Surge won Game 3 on Thursday at the Greenfoot Energy Center, and we are set for Game 4. Same scenario as Thursday. Greenfoot Capitals win. They clinch the championships. The Lindsay Surge, there's a look at the Surge just down the hallway from the dressing room of the Capitals. If the Surge win, they will force a fifth and deciding game tomorrow at St. Mary's University Ice. Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's broadcast of the Maritime Major Female Hockey League Nova Scotia Championship Game 4. I'm Scott Squires, along with the Maritime Athletic Profiles crew. Glad to have you here today. You can feel the anticipation in the building as these two teams get ready to hit the ice for their pregame warm-ups. A great crowd filling in here at the John Paris Jr. Rink in Windsor, Nova Scotia at the West Hants Sportsplex. And it's going to be a dandy. Both coaching staffs are over on their respective benches. Again, the teams just waiting for the Zamboni to finish up the last little bit of slush clearing. And we will be ready. There you see the teams heading out the tunnel. Last one out for the Capitals, Addison White, the phenomenal rookie. What an atmosphere here this afternoon. I had a chance to talk to a couple of players who will be involved in today's game. First up, I spoke with a member and the captain of the Lindsay Surge. Captain of the Lindsay Surge, Rachel, thanks for taking a couple minutes here prior to today's big Game 4. For you and the Surge, what do you need to carry forward from that big Game 3 win into Game 4 today to hopefully extend it for you guys to a fifth and deciding game tomorrow?
We just need to play strong from all the way from our goaltending to our forwards. We need to keep a strong forecheck and spend as minimal time in our own zone as possible. But also off that, we need to play the 3 periods strong, because I found in our last game we took the second period off and that really hurt us. But then we came back in the third and we did a good job getting back into the game. Yeah. Spoken
like a true captain. You do wear the captaincy for the Lindsay Surge. And, you're so rock steady out there playing on defense. And I commented in Game 3, I wish someone could have had a stopwatch, a time-on-ice timer on you. I'm pretty sure that you didn't leave the ice very often or for very long. What's it like for you when you're logging those kind of minutes, especially when you're controlling so much of the play?
Honestly, I love it. I like having to carry that weight for my teammates. And honestly, I feel really like it's a really big privilege to be able to log those minutes for my team. And honestly, I hope the girls really support it too. So it's really nice to be a part of such a great team, and there's no jealousy going on in the rink either. So it's great. Yeah.
Coach's words can carry a lot of weight and mean a lot to a team, but quite often, especially when you get into a playoff series, it comes down to the players and what they say to one another and how they can lift one another up. What are some of the conversations that you've had with your teammates about what needs to be done?
Mostly just playing the full 60 minutes and going out there and remembering that we're playing for each other and not the people in the stands, and that we don't need to worry about points and worry about anything like that, or minutes on ice or anything like that. Just more playing as a team and doing what we do best on the ice.
I know that you obviously want to win today and force a deciding Game 5 tomorrow in this Nova Scotia Championship. But beyond the Maritime Major Female Hockey League, what's next for Rachel Walsh in her hockey life?
I'm going to play at Syracuse next year, so that's in New York, and hopefully continuing off that, looking to play future in the PWHL.
That would be amazing. We'll certainly be following what happens with you. And you're going from wearing a big S that's kind of blue and gray to wearing a big S that's mostly orange, right? The Syracuse orange.
Yes.
Well, we wish you luck today and certainly in the rest of your hockey career.
Thank you very much.
That's Rachel Walsh. She's the captain of the Lindsay Surge. Huge thank you to Rachel Walsh, the captain of the Lindsay Surge. And there's a look at the rookie phenom for the Greenfoot Capitals, Addison White. She wears 97. and I had a chance to speak with her just prior to today's game. Very pleased to be joined by rookie on the Greenfoot Capitals, Addison White. But Addison, we'll talk about the game in a second, but you've played like anything but a rookie. Coming into this league as a 14-year-old, playing against, in some cases, 18-year-olds. What was the adjustment like coming in and playing in the league this year?
It was definitely a big jump going from U15 to U18, but my teammates made a real good experience and made it fairly easy. So I just go out there, play my best, play as hard as I can, because all I can control is my effort and attitude. So
I've covered hockey players a long time, and, there's things that you can be taught, there's drills that you can do, there's training that you can do, but sometimes natural ability and a desire is something you can't teach. Watching you play, it's clear that you have a passion for the game. Where does that come from?
Honestly, from a young age, I've loved hockey. I've always wanted to get on the ice as much as I can. My great-grandfather was a big part in it. He always came to my games, supporting me, and my grandparents do, and my moms do. So it's just everyone around me supports me, so that's a big part of why I'm so passionate about the sport.
Super to have that support system, and we'll get to why a support system like that's important in a moment with something that you're going to be doing next year. But let's get back and talk about this series. You guys won the first two games at the RBC Centre on Surge home ice. You had a chance to sweep the other day. You had a lead late into the third period. Surge win it 3-1. What's going to be the difference for the Greenfoot Capitals today to close it out on home ice and win the Nova Scotia Championship?
Yeah, honestly, we knew it was going to be a hard series. So today we just got to go out there, take it 10 minutes at a time, play as hard as we can, stick together as a team, and just get pucks on net.
One thing that I've heard said about you is that, you play a full 200-foot game, right? Yeah, your offensive flair is magnificent, but you back check, you get back, and you rarely, if ever, take penalties. How much pride do you take in the defensive side of your game?
Defensive game is a big part. That's the only reason you can get to the offensive zone. So it's a big key in the game to be able to scan the ice in the D zone, break out cleanly, and all of that. So.
And I mentioned it a second ago, some big plans. We were hoping to have you around the Maritime Major Female Hockey League for a few seasons, coming in as an underager like you did. But what can you tell everyone about the plans for Addison White next season?
So next year I'm heading to Ontario in the U22 League. I'll be going to Appleby College and playing for Stony Creek Sabres.
U22. And right now you're 14. Of course, you'll
Yes.
be a year older when you get there.
Yeah.
What's on your mind about that? How do you think that that's going to go for you? What's your mindset?
Honestly, right now I'm really just focusing on where I am currently. So I need to finish this series off and have a good rest of the season. And then during the summer, I'll start focusing on there, but I just want to contribute to every team that I'm on as much as I can.
Well, Addison, it's been a pleasure covering your games all season long. We wish you lots of luck today, and keep it going. I certainly would refer to Addison as one to watch. Thanks for this.
Thank you.
That's Addison White. She's got a big game today with the Greenfoot Capitals as they look to close out the series against the Lindsay Surge. Huge thank you to Addison White and Rachel Walsh for taking time to speak with us prior to today's big Game 4 in this Maritime Major Female Hockey League Nova Scotia Championship. Two wonderful players, opposite ends of the spectrum. Of course, Captain Rachel Walsh for the Lindsay Surge, a veteran. She'll be moving on, as mentioned, to play for Syracuse University next year. She wears the captaincy. She logs so many minutes. And for Addison White, she has burst on the scene here in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League. One of the top scorers in the league as a 14-year-old playing in a U18 league. And as she mentioned, she's going to be moving on next year, going up to Ontario to play U22 with the Stony Creek Sabres, part of Appleby College. So that just shows the level of quality of players in this Maritime Major Female Hockey League. It's incredible hockey. The game has grown over the years. The parity in this league has gotten closer and closer, and both teams now gathered around their goaltender at each end of the ice. The Greenfoot Capitals, the home team, wearing their home blacks with the Greenfoot green and white trim. They'll be skating left to right to start this game. The Lindsay Surge, the visitors, wearing the whites with the blue trim, very much like the Toronto Maple Leafs colors. And they'll be skating right to left. Starting in goal for the Lindsay Surge, Cicely Harnham. Speaking of Syracuse University, she announced the other day that she's made a verbal commitment to play at Syracuse in the 2026 season. So she's in goal today for the Lindsay Surge. And at the other end, Lil Holland getting the start. She played exceptionally well, got a shutout in game 2. And she will look to come in here today and backstop a victory for the Greenfoot Capitals. So it's Hurnham for the Surge, it's Holland for the Capitals, and the Lindsay Surge and the Greenfoot Capitals ready to face it off here in game 4. It's win and you got the championship if you're the Capitals. It's win or go home if you are the Lindsay Surge. They're just the officials now trying to build the suspense a little longer, having an elongated conversation here over at the timekeeping bench. So I'm not sure what the delay is. Both teams are raring to go. You can cut the intensity, cut the tension with a knife, and as the officials huddle, we are just about set to go. It's Kearney against Almond, and we're underway. Welcome to Game 4. Rachel Hartnell right off the draw brings it in. There's a low shot. Holland gets a quick touch on that puck just a couple of seconds in. That puck now through neutral ice. It'll bounce off the boards, and it goes right into the goaltender Hurnham, and with her captain Walsh right there, Hurnham will just hold on and cover up. So just 16 seconds played in the opening period of this Game 4. As mentioned, a wonderful crowd on hand here. All kinds of jerseys for both teams. There's cowbells galore. I think I see someone below me has one of those squeaking rubber chickens, so that could be fun. Puck down behind the goal line. Couple players trying to move it along. Referee keeping a close eye. Kearney in there, White as well as Rachel Walsh. Kearney goes down. Now Ava Beaton, the captain of the Capitals, will pick it up. Beaton scored a gorgeous shorthanded breakaway goal in Game 3, the only goal for the Greenfoot Capitals as it would turn out. Here's Walsh now. The captain tries to make a move, cuts it to the middle, gets it right back, turns, tried to get a shot away, and Josie Leslie blocked the lane. Another chance, turning and firing with it was Jenna Greenwood. So a little pressure here by the line of Buffett, Gould, and Greenwood. I think normally Sarah Almond would be on this line, maybe a little line shuffling here. There's a shot from the right point. That goes off a stick into the corner. DeRosier moves it up along the boards. DeRosier, a steady defender for the Greenfoot Capitals. She would be, I guess, the Greenfoot Capitals version of Rachel Walsh. Strong, steady defender and a leader on and off the ice. Puck in neutral ice. It'll come over toward the near boards. Wilkie will just flip it down into the zone. Racing after it there. Surge working up along the boards. Alina Gould was in there. Gould got a dramatic goal in the third period. It was the eventual game winner as the Surge came back from a 1-0 deficit to win 3-1. The third goal, an empty netter. But it was Alina Gould who got the dramatic game-winning goal that helped propel the Surge into this Game 4. Puck along the boards on the near side. In for it was Rothenberg, but it's the Surge who will take it off the boards. Nevaeh Robertson, leading scorer for the Surge in the playoffs. Robertson slides it across. Great pass. Oh, Lil Holland ring the bell 10 times. A glorious save. A massive save early on as she stones the Surge on that chance. As the pass came over, great look from it down low. Cross ice pass, quick shot, all in one motion. And Holland, great job going post to post. And a fantastic save just a little over 2 minutes in. Holland right into the game. Massive save, circle that one. These teams have played such close games that a save like that, even though it's so early on, could end up being a huge factor later on in this game. Here's a long shot, letting it go there from the right point was Lucy Harlan, blockered away by Hurnham. Now Joseph takes a look as her teammate Izzy Kim will gather that puck, slides it across to the captain Walsh. Rachel Walsh now will rush it down the left side. Walsh tries to backhand it into the zone. She gets the puck in deep. She'll chase after it now up against Mila Searle. Searle pins Walsh into the boards, and it's picked up by Ella Driscoll. Driscoll, one of the alternate captains on this team. She wears 19 in black, but now it's Carly Beaton, sister of Captain Ava Beaton. Carly Beaton from the left circle, quick shot, sent it low and wide of the goal. End-to-end action here, back and forth we go. Not quite 4 minutes into this opening period. Here's Charlotte O'Dane on that puck, sends it in behind the goal. In looking for it there was O'Dane. Now it's Jodry, though, who'll turn with that puck. Tried to feed it to O'Dane. That didn't connect. Then the Surge will look to move it up along the wall. Now the Lindsay Surge will come out with some pace. Lacey Poirier, she'll just flip it down into the Capital zone, and she'll go off for a change. Here's Addison White. White down that right side. 1-on-4. White has no problem stick handling in a crowd, but that time just too many white sweaters, and the Surge able to grab it back. Hartnell, nice little flip pass over on that right side, trying to connect over there with Nedelku. But it'll be the Capitals who'll gather and skate it out now with some pace. Kearney down the left side. Kearney dishes it over. Shot from a sharp angle. That ends up going in behind the goal, all the way around the boards and out to neutral ice, where Ava Beaton will gather it there for the Capitals. Onto it quickly, though, was Hartnell. Rachel Hartnell had it for a moment, pushed it into the zone. And now here's Reese Vautour. By herself, takes a shot away and handled there by the stick of the goaltender, Holland. Near side. Captain Ava Beaton and looking for Kearney there as well. And Kat Wilkie will just bank it off the boards up towards Asbridge. Asbridge had it taken away by Jenna Greenwood. But the Capitals able to work it up and out. Now Asbridge over the red line into the zone, 1-on-4 as the Caps are making some changes here. Asbridge, light backhander in, turned over. Harland gets a shot away as the puck came to her in the high slot, and Lucy Harland walked into one and got a good shot away, but no problem for the goaltender, Cicely Harnham. 5 minutes exactly played in a lightning-quick first period so far. Both teams have had chances. Best save of the day came as Lil Holland stopped a point-blank shot on a cross-ice one-timer. Long shot from the left point, harmlessly in behind the goal. Rothenberg in looking for it. Rothenberg also wears an alternate Captain A on her sweater, part of the leadership group on this Capitals team. Now the puck into the Cap zone. Flipping it up high into the air is Rothenberg. Trying to race onto it now is Dowling. She's got some speed. Haley Dowling takes it down into the corner. She gets forced off the puck. Alina Gould will backhand it off the wall. Stopped over there by Zara Prince, but the Surge will take it, and they'll move it up. Pass flipped over here onto the stick of Gabby Buffett. Buffett takes a nudge as the puck goes over to the far corner. Pinching in deep there is Izzy Kim for the Surge. Puck pops loose. Driscoll tried to get a stick on it. Now Danica Joseph in taking a look for the Surge. Nary a whistle in this first period so far, just the way we like it. Surge have it down low with Hartnell. She'll stick handle down by the board. Tried to feed it into the slot. Waiting for it was Robertson, but Addison White intercepts. That's part of the game that Addison and I talked about in her pregame interview. Yeah, she's a dynamic offensive player, but she plays a defensive game as well. Here's O'Dane now. O'Dane into the corner. Falls underneath the push fire from Veronica Mitchell. Now Mitchell getting some help from Hartnell. Puck battle in the corner down there on that far side. And the puck is flipped up, and it goes just out of play with 13:28 left to go. Shots on goal are showing 3 for the Caps, 1 for the Surge. I feel like there might be a few more than that, but you got to go by what the shot clock tells you. And if it is just the 1 for the Surge, it would be that point-blank chance on the cross-ice pass that Lil Holland made an absolutely spectacular glove save on. Face-off now, controlling are the Capitals. That puck right in front of the goal, out to the near side. Jodry puts it up along the boards. Puck will flip up into the air to the blue line now and out. Here comes Lacey Poirier. Catching up quickly there was Carly Beaton for the Capitals. Good back check there from Carly Beaton. She works it up toward the blue line, chipped right back in by the Surge. Caps now in behind their own goal. Ellie Harland works it up to Charlotte O'Dane. O'Dane takes it off the wall. Caps will make changes. Surge will gather in their own zone. Pass to this left side onto the stick of Caitlin Wagner. Wagner couldn't get any further than Lucy Herland, and the Caps will come in transition again with Beaton. That's Ava Beaton working it up into neutral ice. It'll just glide down into the surge zone again, and they'll look to turn it up ice. Nice little backhand pass from Allman to Vautour, but that's broken up by the red line. Now back the other way. That's Ava Beaton to the shifty Addison White, in tight White, in behind the goal, feeds it in front, and Beaton was tied up. And I think the net has come off the moorings, so that combination there of Ava Beaton and Addison White creating some offensive chances. And a lot of fast players on both teams, but certainly the ability for Addison White to be able to make moves and stick handle and just do things at full speed that a lot of players just aren't able to maneuver. That's part of the danger of the offensive game of 97 in black Addison White. They're going to be getting a good one when she heads up to Ontario and Stony Creek. But she still has time left here. Playing for the Greenfoot Capitals. Oh, an intercept and turned over. Now Almond has Vautour, tries to get it to Vautour. Vautour reaching for it, and the Capitals just able to break it up in the nick of time. Ava Beaton flips it up towards Kearney. Kearney into the zone. She's all alone, though, and Vautour will grab it and backhand it up. Vautour takes a nudge, goes down, and now she'll head off, and the puck goes down in behind the Surge goal. There's the captain, Walsh. Out there more often than she's not for the Surge, number 22 in white, the captain. Izzy Kim makes a nice play, sitting on her hockey pants on the ice. He was able to work it over to Walsh, who flips it out of the Surge zone. Getting in on it quickly there was Buffett, trying to get a chance for herself. Then it ends up going right to the goaltender. Another save, as that puck just ended up coming right to Buffett, about 7 feet in front of the goaltender, Holland. She got a shot away, and Holland again had to be sharp. Holland again looking locked in here. Very much same feeling that I had when I watched her early on in game 2. That's the game that she got the shutout. Both goaltenders, you know what? All the goaltending has been solid in this series so far. And you got to have good goaltending, especially come playoff time. Almost at the midway point of this first period, no score in this pivotal game 4. It's a best of 5. Greenfoot Capitals leading it 2-1. Surge looking to win a second in a row and force a game 5 tomorrow afternoon. Over on the far side, Danica Joseph couldn't get it past the boards, and the Capitals tried to feed it in. Beaton had it for a moment. That's Ava Beaton. Now it comes to the red line, and the puck pops free. Robertson tried to get in, gets taken down, and the Surge fans looking for the referee's arm to go up, but the arm stays firmly planted at the side and play carries on. But a good little burst there from Robertson, almost creating some space for herself to get a chance on goal, but the Capitals covered up. Now that's over on the far boards in the Surge end of the ice. That'll be backhanded around there by Nedelku. Off the boards up towards Robertson. As mentioned, Robertson, the leading point getter in the playoffs for the Surge. Not a whole lot of skating room out there. A very tight checking affair, as it has been for the majority of this series, 3+ games. Now Mitchell, a steady defender back there, cuts up toward the side of her goal, then moves the puck up ahead. This is Lacey Poirier making some nice moves in neutral ice, trying to get into the middle. Puck gets left behind. Wagner tried to get a chance. Back it comes. Long shot. They score! A shot from the right point was pinballing around. It was Sarah Almond who let it go. It looks like it may have changed direction in front. Hard to see, but it was Almond. You'll see it here on the replay. Scrambly play initially. Comes back. Almond just rifles it on goal. And again, hard to see. It looked like it may have changed direction. Well, we'll have to wait to see who they officially give it to. There was definitely traffic in front, and it did look like it changed direction at the last second. But again, great job by Sarah Almond seeing that puck come back to her from the right point. She didn't hesitate. She just walked into it, put the puck on goal. And the Lindsay Surge in this all-important Game 4, they have the lead on visiting ice. So again, Sarah Almond took the shot. We'll have to wait and see who they officially credit the goal to. But right now, it stands as Sarah Almond's goal. Surge back in again with Hartnell. Puck in towards the goalie. And Holland watches as it goes back to Rossong at the right point or left point. She'll slide it over to Kim. Kim floats it through. So the PA system here is kind of like an echo chamber. So I'll have to check the Maritime Major Female Hockey League site to see who they've credited the goal to, because I literally cannot hear or understand what the PA is saying. It's very echoey. But that's neither here nor there. All the Surge know is they got a goal, they've got a lead. 8:25 to go here, period number 1. Surge with the opening goal. And again, it's just that whole sequence, as the Surge have the puck, was just a couple of chances in front. Holland made some saves, and then the Capitals tried to clear, and the puck just came right back onto the stick of Almond, who let it fly. Capitals now look to bring it out with Dowling. Just below our broadcast position, Rothenberg reaching in for that puck up against Gould, and it'll be Walsh who'll gather and take it into the zone. Rachel Walsh goes wide against Josie Leslie. Now, as coming in there leading a hit was B. Asbridge. She kind of bounced off of Walsh. Surge grabbed the puck at the side of the goal. Greenwood looked to jam it in on that near side. Now it goes off to the board's far side. Gould in a crowd. Works the puck over to the boards. Another big nudge over there as Rothenberg stepped into Greenwood right in front of the Greenfoot Capitals bench. Caps making wholesale changes here. As that puck goes by Buffett, Buffett will now skate off to her bench. And Ellie Harlan works it up the left wing for Addison White. White dropped her stick, but it comes over to this near side now. Zara Prince on the right wing. Flips it in behind the goal. Rachel Walsh gets there first. Up to Joseph on the right side. Nice pass to Robertson in the middle. Robertson, head of steam, down the left side, steps around the defender. Robertson tried to get a shot away from just below the left faceoff circle, and it was deflected just behind the goal. There's another quick shot in tight. Holland takes it into the top of the pads, and as it falls at her skates, she quickly covers up and holds on for a faceoff. So again, good action at both ends of the ice. And again, just a great look down low as you see Holland positionally very sound, backing in, and then you see right there just kind of covering up and hugging to the post to her glove side. And she hangs on. Face off to the left of Holland now. Down to 6:50 to go in this first period. 1-0. It's the Surge in the lead. Puck once again behind the Surge goal. Comes up the boards on this near side. Pinching in there was Lucy Herland. Now it's puck loose at that right faceoff circle. Carly Beaton tried to carry it in behind the goal, but it'll come up the left wing boards where Robertson will grab it now. Nevaeh Robertson tried to get a shot away, fanned on it, and the Capitals will turn it right back up the other way. Jodry trying to backhand the puck forward. Good job, though, getting in on top of Jodry by number 18, Alina Gould. But the Caps will come on it once again. Cross-ice pass onto the stick of it on, rushing Josie Leslie. Great feed. Ava Beaton to Leslie, got a shot away, and Harnham got a piece, makes the save. Addison White watches that puck go down low. Rachel Walsh is there, getting some pressure. Addison White was in on the puck. It's sent through the slot. Couple of players there, and it goes harmlessly off to the corner. Kearney trying to get that puck, but Lacey Poirier will grab it, and she'll send it down the ice. Down to 5:37 to go in this opening period. It's a 1-0 Surge lead. Puck brought in by Izzy Kim. She'll cut to the middle of the ice, now skating off to the right circle. Flips it high over top of the net, bounces off the glass in behind, and the Capitals will work it up now towards Asbridge, who touches it over to Kearney, and now to the captain, Ava Beaton. Asbridge coming down, a little bit on that right side, tried to get that pass, but it was broken up neatly there by the Surge, and it's Hartnell right back the other way over the red line. Hartnell gains the zone, dishes off there for Vauteur. Vauteur taken into the corner, and the puck comes to Hartnell on this near side. Puck along the boards. Asbridge moved it forward, and then Dowling chipped it ahead. Now Vauteur, one-on-one. Reese Vauteur takes the shot using the defender Harland as a screen, and Lil Holland just caught a piece of that shot with the blocker. 4:35 to go. What a pace Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching and whatever device you're watching on. We got a good one cooking here. Caps win. They're the Nova Scotia champs. Surge win. We got a 5th and deciding game tomorrow. Puck down below the Capitals goal line. They'll work it up for Zara Prince. Prince gathers that puck now, takes a look, and sees Lucy Harlan rushing up on the left side. Addison White far over on the left boards. Prince now all the way over to the boards on that far side. Puck pops high into the air. Addison White watches now as the puck goes in behind the goal. Zara Prince once again was trying to get in on it, but the Surge will bring it up, buff it. Kind of does a 360 spinorama to gather that puck, and she'll just send it into the Cap zone where Ella Driscoll will wind up now. Here's Driscoll. Tried to slide it across, fanned on the pass attempt, and that allows the Surge to grab it with Hartnell. Cutting into the middle, Rachel Hartnell leans into a shot. Blocker save, puck loose. Caps trying to tuck it under their keeper. It comes off to the side. Anxious moments right in front of the Caps goal. Rossong sends it in once again. Trying to get in there was number 24, Nevaeh Robertson, again as the Surge were buzzing. Holland made that initial save. It kind of dropped between her skates and she wasn't sure where it was. And then the rest of her Caps teammates were able to clear it out of harm's way. Now, down at the other end, Caps trying to get something going, but Hartnell with a crisp pass onto the stick of Robertson. 1-on-3. Robertson wide to the left wing side, took a shot, a weak one, handled easily by the goaltender Holland. Under 3 minutes to play in this first period, and it's been a dandy. Puck to the near side, chipped up into neutral ice. Reaching in for it was Gould, but it's sent out of the zone by Kat Wilkie. Making a nice move. Ava Beaton cuts in, takes a shot going for the high corner blocker side, and it just hit the glass behind, popped back out to the side of the net. And Hurnham had to be sharp and grab that puck as a good opportunity there for the Greenfoot Capitals with just 2:34 to go in this opening period of play. So I'm going to recap that scoring for you. So they give the goal, Jenna Greenwood gets credit for it. So it's Greenwood's second of the playoffs. And the point shot that was taken by Almond and a crowd in front. So I when I saw it real time as it happened live, it did look like it changed direction. So they do indeed give credit for that that Surge goal to Jenna Greenwood. Now the puck deep in the Capitals zone. Few players in there trying to move it out. Addison White will reach for it. She'll turn up ice. Giving a shove on White was Sarah Almond, who had an assist on that opening goal. Her point shot led to that Greenwood deflection. Now Hartnell from the left wing boards. Hartnell gets taken out of the play. Unceremoniously taken down there by Rothenberg. Good defensive play. Although, as I say that, the Caps touch the puck, and the whistle blows. And Rothenberg looks like 2 minutes for body checking, I think is the call. So with just 1:53 to go in this first period, Surge have the 1-0 lead. Now they have a chance on the power play. Face off to the right of Holland. Scramble draw over to the boards. Lucy Harland tries to move it, goes in behind the net. There's Mila Searle. Always so steady as 55 in black Searle. Now Walsh will grab it as Asbridge lost an edge and went down. Hartnell from the left boards looking. Goes over to Walsh. Back to Rossong. Rossong walks along the blue line. Slides it over to Walsh. Surge trying to get set up here on this power play. Walsh walking in, leaning into a shot through a crowd. I think that hit Robertson in front. And the Caps able to clear it out. 1:23 to go in the power play for the Surge. 1:14 in the period. All the way down it goes. DeRosier will take it off the glass. Out into neutral ice again. Now Driscoll. Driscoll into the zone shorthanded. Ella Driscoll toward the front of the goal. Good defensive play there from the captain, Rachel Walsh, getting in the way of the on-rushing Driscoll. Alina Gould was there as well defensively, and the puck ended up rolling into the goaltender, Cicely Hurnham, and she'll just hold it. 61 seconds to go here in this period, and 1:08 left to go in the power play for the Lindsay Surge with Evie Rothenberg over in the penalty box. Inside the final minute of play here, as that puck goes down towards Joseph. Joseph trying to get in. Good play by Josie Leslie getting back there to get in the way of the puck, and Danica Joseph. It's in the corner. Leslie works that puck up, has it taken away by Vauteur. Now Zara Prince comes over to help out. Puck jammed along the wall, down in the corner just to our left on this near side. Surge trying to get it out, get something going here with half a minute to go in the period. Vauteur has it now, walking along the goal line. Vauteur from a sharp angle decided just to put it in toward the goaltender, and Lil Holland calmly watching the fancy footwork of Reese Vauteur, read the shot and snags it with the catching glove. Down now to 24.6 seconds to go. Great look there from the low angle camera. You see Vauteur walking out. She saw a little bit of daylight there and decided just to take the chance to let the shot go. Never a bad idea to put it on goal, but Holland, no problem. Down to 18 seconds to go. Here's Surge still on the power play. Almond takes that puck, bounces it off the wall to Rossong. She'll go to Walsh. Walsh turning with that puck, walking in from the right circle. Walsh slides it along the ice, trying to feed it in front. Hartnell was there, falling, tried to feed it back to the point. Now, will there be time? No, there won't, as Ava Beaton looked to come on that puck. She scored a shorthanded breakaway goal in Game 3. Thought she might have a chance there, but just runs out of time. So an incredibly entertaining first period of play comes to a close. Shots on goal through that first period, 10 for the Surge, 7 for the Capitals. Just the one goal to speak of. It was scored by Jenna Greenwood at the 10-minute and 41-second mark of period 1. So Greenwood from Almond, that's your score after one period of play. Surge 1, and the Capitals no score. Now earlier, you want to wonder sometimes what these teams do to get ready for a game, to get prepared for a game. When I showed up here at the West Hant Sportsplex in the John Paris Junior Rink, I looked out the back doors of the arena, and this is what I saw. I'll show you here in a second, but I was kind of like, what is that? So this is what I see out the doors. So I walked outside. I took a walk outside to this big, giant patch of grass in behind the West Hant Sportsplex, and there's Sarah Almond, Jenna Greenwood, and Gabby Buffett. And I said, what are you guys doing? And they said, we're working on tip drills. I said, is this something like, does the team do this? They said, no, this is something that the three of us do on the regular. And yeah, they just kind of go out wherever they can find an area. This one is, as you can see, in a patch of grass here out behind the West Hant Sportsplex. And they just practice flipping, in this particular case, a ball, but they practice tip drills. So that's kind of what the Lindsay Surge, or at least some of them, were doing. As for the Greenfoot Capitals, well, a bit of a different scenario. Here they are at the walking track above the John Paris Junior Rink. And I'm not sure if this is paddock cake. I'm not sure what this is, but it's just kind of a team drill. Gets them kind of all coordinated together, gets the blood flowing. So that's kind of a behind-the-scenes look at what these teams do. They all have different routines. They all have different things that they do to get ready for a game. And for the Surge, it was some players doing tip drills in a field. And for the Capitals, it was just doing some running on the track to some pretty pump music. So we'll step aside, take a break. Second period coming up, one period in the book. Surge 1, Caps no score. You're watching Maritime Athletic Profiles. The teams heading back out on the ice. There's the Greenfoot Capitals coming out of their dressing room. Down the little hallway, heading out on the ice at the other side of the rink. The Lindsay Surge doing the same thing. A great look there. Fantastic work from the crew here at Maritime Athletic Profiles, bringing you these different shots, these different angles, and basically telling you a story with the shots that we give you, and hopefully my commentary adds to that story. And right now the story is the Greenfoot Capitals trail 1-0 on home ice versus the Lindsay Surge. Shots on goal in period 1, 10 for the Surge, 7 for the Capitals. Just the one goal, a point shot from Sarah Almond, tipped in by Jenna Greenwood, and that's your lone goal. Still 6 seconds left in the penalty to Evie Rothenberg of the Greenfoot Capitals. So a very short power play for the Lindsay Surge to begin period number 2. That first period, if you're just joining us, you missed a dandy. It was quick, it was fast-paced, it was intense, not a lot of whistles, just the kind of intensity that we've seen all series long between the Lindsay Surge and the Greenfoot Capitals. They call it the Battle of the Bridge. Of course, the Lindsay Surge play at the RBC Center in Dartmouth. The Greenfoot Capitals play the majority of their home games at the Greenfoot Energy Center in Bedford. And now that the bridges are toll-free, the Battle of the Bridges is basically more affordable than ever, because you don't have to pay to go across the bridge. No more toll booths, no more tolls, which reminds me, I got to get a refund on my credit card for my Mac Pass, but that's a story for another day. Here we go. Surge wearing their white with blue trim, now skating left to right. Capitals with black, Greenfoot green, and white trim, now skating right to left. And off the opening faceoff, quick shot from Vauteur, handled no problem by Holland. Both goaltenders played well in that opening 20 minutes. We'll see what period number 2 has in store. Fresh ice here to begin period 2. Pucked into the corner on the near side. Skating away with it now is Sarah Almond. Up towards Rachel Hartnell. Hartnell dishes back to Almond, leaning and falling, and Almond gonna draw a penalty as she bumps into the wall. Caps fans don't agree with it. Delayed penalty coming here, and as White touches the puck. So the first few seconds of the penalty that was left to start the period obviously expired quickly, and now with just 39 seconds played in period number 2, Sarah Almond gets upended, and it'll be a power play for the Lindsay Surge. So Zara Prince over into the box, and the Lindsay Surge now with a power play here. And the face-off to the left of Holland goes into the corner. Puck loose, and the Capitals able to chop it out of the zone. There's Rossong, takes a look over her right shoulder, sees Carly Beaton flying in. So the puck will be left there for Walsh. Walsh tried to cross it, intercepted by Ava Beaton. Good play there by Beaton, takes a little shove from Walsh for her troubles. Long puck up into neutral ice. Slashing was the call to Zara Prince of the Capitals. 1.5 minutes to go in the power play for the Surge. In behind the goal, Rossong got tangled up there with Carly Beaton. Both players went down to the ice, and the puck moved up to the red line where Sarah Almond gets over to Hartnell on the left side. Rachel Hartnell. She'll put on the brakes, saunter back to the blue line, comes over to Rachel Walsh. Walsh walking in, slap pass, trying to connect with Almond. It went off of the blade of the stick, and now it goes in behind the goal line. 1 minute exactly left in the power play for the Surge. Walsh, right point, shot through a crowd, and it thumped off the right pad of the goaltender, Lil Holland. Stays inside the zone. Rossong for Walsh. Walsh winds, hammers it. That hit the shin pad of Carly Beaton and deflected in behind the net. Walsh loading up the cannon on that particular shot, but it went off of Carly Beaton. Capitals able to get it into center ice. Surge will regroup quickly and get it up to Walsh. Touch pass over for Alina Gould. Gould dropping it for Walsh. Walsh couldn't handle that drop pass as she kind of overskated it, and away comes Chloe Jodry. Down the left side, 20 seconds to go in the power play for the Lindsay Surge. They lead at 1-0. Jenna Greenwood, your goal scorer, back in period 1. Now down to 10 seconds to go. Jodry in on the puck. Good penalty kill here from the Greenfoot Capitals. Grabbing it is Rachel Walsh, logging a lot of ice time here again in Game 4 as she did in Game 3. Telling me in the pregame interview she doesn't mind it at all. There's a quick shot over top, or no, it was blocked down. I thought it was going over the goal, but it hit a body in front. Penalty is over now. Caps have killed it off, back to even strength. 5 skaters aside. And a kind of a play right in front of the Capitals bench that caused all the Caps players to kind of throw their arms up in the air and go, oh, hey, where's the whistle? Well, they get one, and after that collision over right in front of the Caps bench, it's going to be number 6 for the Lindsay Surge. Veronica Mitchell heading over to the penalty box. Should mention as well, I meant to mention it off the top, Maya McCormick, who is suffering from a lower body injury, wasn't available in Game 3. She tried to give it a go, couldn't. Same thing again today. She was a game time decision, but not able to be out there with her teammates. So just want to let Maya know we're thinking about her. We certainly hope that she has a speedy recovery and she's able to get back out there soon. I know she's probably super anxious watching her teammates play here in this Game 4. Here's Addison White with some speed. Capitals now on the power play, seeing if they can set up. This is Driscoll circling, taking it down low. Addison White jockeying for position. White gets the puck now from the left point. She'll go back to Driscoll down low. Driscoll walks in toward the slot area, tried to feed it to Kearney. That was broken up. Falling there, reaching for the puck was Nedelku. Good defensive play from Alicia Nedelku. And the Capitals will have to chase it. Surge changing up the penalty killers here. Gould fell, and that puts a little more open ice now is Kearney. Tight down the right wing side. Ashlyn Kearney in behind the goal. She'll go for a skate, bring it all the way to the slot now from the right circle. Dishes down low to Ava Beaton. Beaton from the board's far side, taking a look, turning in toward the slot. Beaton still with it now. Takes the shot that went off a skate and off into the corner. 45 seconds left to go in the penalty to Mitchell of the Surge. Caps again working with the puck here on this power play. Josie Leslie near side. Leslie tries to settle the puck. Couldn't get it by Vauteur, who took the lane away. And now the puck down into the corner. High sticking was the call. And that play that drew the penalty was right in front of the Caps bench. There's now 23 seconds left in that penalty to number 6, Veronica Mitchell. And it's a fabulous arena here at the West Hand Sportsplex, the John Paris Jr. Rink. But every time I'm here, I don't know what it is, but it's the most echoey public address system of any of the leagues that I cover. It's like listening to the worst drive-through speaker in history. But they do a good job, and they do their best. But it's great to have the team website where I can always check to see who gets credit with goals, penalties, etc. Coming up to 5 minutes played in the second period. Puck on the left wing side. Pinching in was Buffett, tried to keep it in there, but it comes up to Rothenberg. She touches it over to Asbridge. Asbridge changes places, slides it to Rothenberg, who just runs in to the defender, Rossong, and couldn't get a clean shot away, and that will allow Buffett to bring it right back the other way. Gabby Buffett walks in, left-handed shot. I think that kind of handcuffed Holland a little bit. She was reaching for it with the catching glove, but I think it might have hit the bottom part of her face mask. Puck in the corner to our right, near side. And it'll be quick chance there as Poirier walked off the wall, got in front. Puck rings around the boards, comes back to this near side. Caps trying to get out of their own zone. We're back to even strength here, 5-on-5. So both teams with some good penalty kill here in this second period. Now White trying to charge through Mitchell. White, little shimmy, Cocoa Pop stick work there. Trying to throw Mitchell off. But it's the Surge. Lacey Poirier works it up to Walsh. Walsh backhands it down toward the goal, and Holland, not taking any chances at all, will just cover up, and we'll have a face-off. It'll be in the Capital zone, down to 13:57 left to play here in period number 2. Shots on goal, 12-7 favoring the Surge, and again, the Surge lead at 1-0, scoring back in the first. You know the scenario. It's the Greenfoot Capitals with a chance to clinch the championship. of Nova Scotia in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League. And for the Lindsay Surge, it's win and play another day. The Surge know if they lose today, their season is over. And whether it's whatever team sport it is, especially hockey, basketball, baseball in particular, where you'll have, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 7 series, the team that's leading the series will always say the toughest win is the final win when a team is facing elimination. The team facing elimination just seems to find an extra gear. There's a shot from the boards sent through the front of the goal. And the Surge got one of those great performances in Game 3 to get the win. And they're looking to do the same thing here in Game 4 to force a deciding Game 5 tomorrow afternoon. But first things first. We got a good one cooking here at the John Paris Junior Rink. Puck in neutral ice. Goes past the stick of Charlotte O'Dane. O'Dane tried to push it forward. Jodry follows up. O'Dane had to clear the zone and does. But the Surge will gather the puck and move it up to Reese Vautour on the right side. Vautour takes a look over to the left. Sees Hartnell over there. Decides to put it in on goal. And Holland will just snap out the catching glove and snag that puck. Coming up to 7 p.m. local time here in East Hants, Windsor. A beautiful day here today and a great night for hockey. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're tuned in. That puck goes all the way down the ice. Ava Beaton gets in on it first. Beaton trying to push away the defender, Nedelku. Now Driscoll fed it right out in front, but it was blocked up before it could reach Zara Prince. Back the other way, Jenna Greenwood. One of those players we showed you on that behind-the-scenes look earlier. She was one of the 3 players out in that field pregame doing those tip drills. And behind the goal, Searle moves it up. And now Beaton will backhand it along the wall. Gabby Buffett grabs it, and she'll pass it over there where Izzy Kim will take it and work it up ahead. Trying to get a stick on it there was Gould, but it goes up into the netting, so we'll have a stoppage and a face-off. Now with 12:16 left to go, and I've referenced it before, but this has been a very closely contested series. Capitals won Game 1 at the RBC Center 2-1. They won Game 2 also at the RBC Center, which is the Surge home ice, 1-0. Lil Holland getting the shutout. Game 3, a very close game, led 1-0 for the majority of it. Here's a chance to the Caps. Big shot, blocker save. Onto the puck now is Almond. Along the boards, put in behind, and just to finish that thought, Game 3 led mostly 1-0 until the third period when the Surge found their offensive legs and were able to score 2 goals plus an empty netter and got a 3-1 win. But it's been super close games, very tight checking, low-scoring affairs, good goaltending, nice checking. It's just been a classic championship series. Here's the Capitals now. Rothenberg got a blade on that, went over the red line. Stepping up was Walsh to push it forward. Joseph in there as well. Trying to move that puck for the Surge. Dowling will send it into the Surge zone. Nedelku sent it off the boards. White grabs it though. Addison White doing some fancy moves there along the boards. Takes it in behind the goal. White so good when she's got a defender on her. She can protect that puck so well, but had it taken away that particular time. Kearney trying to plow her way past Robertson. It'll come back there, and DeRosier will just push it up. Kearney sees DeRosier, push it right back in. Down behind the Surge goal. Harnham will stop it there. Puck taken high off the glass, out into neutral ice. Josie Leslie from the red line. Slides it across to Cala DeRosier. Up towards Addison White. She couldn't settle it. And back the other way we go again now as both teams just playing lockdown defense here. Really not giving any time or space to either side. Got to be frustrating if you're an offensive player, but Poirier says, let me see if I can get a shot away. And Lacey Poirier does. And I mentioned a second ago, Cala DeRosier getting a couple of touches on the puck. Want to say a big hello again to her dad, Justin. Justin, little under the weather the last little while. And I got word today that he's on the mend, feeling a little bit better, and would be watching today's game. So, Justin, hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're not too nervous. Your daughter, Cala, playing well as she always does, and we certainly send you our best thoughts and positive vibes here from the Maritime Athletic Profile crew. Hope to see you back in the arena soon, Justin. Puck along the boards on the near side now. 4 or 5 players in there, and it's Jodry who comes up with it, gets it quickly over to O'Dane on the right side. Charlotte O'Dane chips it down low. O'Dane will go after it herself. O'Dane puts on the brakes, spinning away from Mitchell. Jodry tried to get down on that puck for the Caps. Over on the board's far side, Lucy Harlan just barely keeps it in, and she'll chip it down into the zone. Mitchell will push it over to Rossong. Quick pass up to Wagner. Wagner dangerously into the middle of the ice. And it'll end up going to Jodry. Down now into the corner where Prince got it, feeds it out. Here's Ellie Harlan from the point. Took a shot, and it hit a body in front of the goaltender, Harnham. So the puck got turned over, and the Caps had a chance. But now Mitchell up towards Buffett. Kat Wilkie will reach in on it. Couldn't put it forward, and Poirier will send it down into the Capital zone. Wholesale change coming here for the Lindsay Surge. Prince tried to connect with Ava Beaton, but it's Rachel Hartnell who takes the puck. She gets tangled up over on that far side with Driscoll, but it's Walsh, the captain, walking in, shooting, big save, rebound, cleared away as Rachel Walsh dashing in, got a great shot on goal, and Holland shut the door. Once again, Vautour now to Kim, right side, sharp angle shot, hit a body in front. Crowd really into it here, loving the action, and we've got a penalty call. So frantic action in the Capital zone, and it's going to be number 12, Sarah Almond, heading to the penalty box. And I think it's a hooking call, I believe. The referee had their back to me, so I couldn't see the gesture. But I can definitely tell you it is Sarah Almond in the box. So after a couple of close chances, in particular that great dash from Rachel Walsh from the Surge, getting a wonderful shot away, and Holland making an outstanding save. The Surge were pressing, but Almond takes the penalty. So now the faceoff will come down into the Surge zone, off the draw. Surge control, so it's the Caps on the power play now. In behind the goal, feeding it out in front, a couple of black sweaters there, but it comes to the Surge, and they'll just flip it out into neutral ice. Josie Leslie will turn it quickly up towards O'Dane. Rushing back for it now is Nedelku. She takes a look over her shoulder, saw O'Dane, so she worked it up along the boards. Vautour tried to get past Josie Leslie. Played just below our broadcast position here at the red line. Over on the right side for Carly Beaton. Out there with Jodry and O'Dane. And now another penalty coming here, as I believe it was Jodry got taken down over on the far side. No, it was Beaton, excuse me. And Carly Beaton looks a little slow here as she makes her way gingerly to the Greenfoot Capitals bench. So from all of that, there's still 1:20 left to go in the Sarah Almond penalty, and now Mackenzie Rossong over in the box. So Almond was in for slashing, and now another penalty. So 5-on-3 for an extended period. There's a quick shot from Ava Beaton, and save made by Cicely Harnham. And Harnham, the Syracuse University commit, is going to have to commit to being a huge penalty killer here for the Lindsay Surge. An extra long 5-on-3, barring any other penalties or a goal. So calmly sitting up here, Addison White backpedals along the blue line, dishes down to the left circle. This is the captain, Ava Beaton, turning with it. Beaton looking, firing off the post. Ava Beaton had Harnham beaten over the shoulder, but couldn't beat the post. Beaton again from the other side now, slides it in front just underneath the stick of Driscoll. White sends it up high. Kearney couldn't settle it. Capitals pressing on the power play here. 43 seconds left in the 5-on-3 for the Capitals. Here's Beaton dishing it right in front. This Driscoll diving, trying to shovel that puck underneath Harnham. And Harnham, strong in goal, covers it up and forces a faceoff. But Ava Beaton, just seconds before, rang it off the iron. Off the faceoff, 7:15 to go in the period, 32 seconds in the 5-on-3. Addison White winding and shooting, and it gets blocked down. That hit Rachel Walsh, and she hobbles as she gets up. Good shot block from the captain. Another shot there as Beaton let it go. And Hurnham once again making the save. .7:02 to go in the second. 21 seconds left in the Almond Minor penalty. 1 minute left in the Mackenzie Rossong penalty. 5-on-3 for the Capitals. Desperately trying to take advantage of the skating room and the advantage of 2 players down for the Surge. Walking out is Beaton in front, shovels another shot there. Couple of big saves down low for the goaltender Hurnham. This is White, 5 seconds to go in the 5-on-3 cross ice. Hops over the stick of Kearney. She'll shovel it towards Driscoll in behind the goal. Almond out of the penalty box. Now it's a 5-on-4. 33 seconds left now in the penalty to Rossong. Caps came close, including a post, but it's still 1-0 Surge. DeRosier up into the middle of the ice for Driscoll. She blew a tire, went down, shakes her head now as she heads off to the bench. 15 seconds to go in this power play for the Capitals. Hartnell sends it down into the Cap zone. It's been a good penalty kill for the Surge. They bent, but so far haven't broken. It was a long 5-on-3. Now just a couple of seconds left in the 5-on-4. Out of the penalty box is Rossong. So the Surge, a massive penalty kill there, a 5-on-3, then the rest of the 5-on-4. And they come out of it. Again, Caps came close, but it's still 1-0 Surge. Capitals on it again. Rothenberg fanned on the pass across, trying to connect with Leslie. Down low, Dowling. Puck goes behind the goal. Kim gets there first. 5:35 to go. Still just the 1 goal, and it belongs to the Surge. Kim skating in behind her own goal with the puck. Takes it off the board's far side, just past Nevaeh Robertson. And it's flipped out now. Here's Danica Joseph, 1 player to beat. Joseph to the back end, trying to cut in front. Joseph, another chance there, and it just wiggles in toward the goaltender, and Holland got the left toe on it. But a great effort there from number 9, Danica Joseph. So we'll see now if the Surge get a little extra energy in the legs, a little extra spring in the step after killing off the 5-on-3. But here comes Jodry. Asbridge on the right. Jodry drops it to Asbridge. She comes in to pick it up along the boards. Circles it down low for Rothenberg, trying to feed it out front for Jodry. Puck is still loose. A couple of players skating right over top of it. Jodry reaching for it. And the Surge will bring it out now with Nevaeh Robertson. Her long shot handled there off the pads of Holland. We're back to the end-to-end action here with 4:35 to go in the second period. Surge continue to lead at 1-0 on the first period goal from Jenna Greenwood. Here's Walsh from the red line. Sends it down low in behind the goal. Ellie Harland has it there. She'll spin away from the forecheck. Harland, little traffic down there, works it up. It's intercepted by Rossong from the right point. Her shot hit Jodry, I believe. And it's the Capitals who will skate out with it down the left side with Charlotte O'Dane. Carly Beaton heading toward the front of the goal. O'Dane chases it in behind the Surge goal. Hurnham keeping a close eye from her crease. And it'll be Vauteur flipping it off the glass. Tried to connect with Greenwood. Josie Leslie meets it at the blue line and sends it right back in. O'Dane trying to get at that puck. Rossong is there down low. Now Vauteur on the board's far side. Tried to make a move with it. And the puck will slide all the way down into the Capitals' end of the ice. And that will be an icing call with 3:36 to go here in period 2. Shots on goal now 17-12, favoring the Lindsay Surge. Face-off will be in the Surge zone, and it will be to the left of Cicely Hurnham. Off the draw, Surge will grab it and bring it in behind their own goal. We are playing even strength hockey here. 5 skaters aside. Ava Beaton tried to feed it in front to a waiting Ella Driscoll. DeRosier keeps it along the board, sends it down low again. Couple of players in after it, but the Surge will work it up the boards near side where Greenwood chips it outside the zone. Josie Leslie sends it right back in. Rossong, crisp pass up ahead towards Vauteur. Reese Vauteur will just flip it down towards Holland. She'll stop it and thought about covering up, but then puts it off to DeRosier. DeRosier will slide it over to her partner, Josie Leslie. Tried to feed it to Prince. And now Ava Beaton trying to dash in on that puck, taken away from the steady Rachel Walsh. Walsh reverses direction. Zara Prince in on that puck for the Capitals. Izzy Kim loses her stick. Stick still free. Kim picks it up now as the puck comes along the boards on this near side. Zara Prince getting twisted around, trying to find that puck. Leslie pushes it in. Everyone trying to find that puck. Prince gets it to White. Quick shot. There's the release from Addison White. Great job along the boards near side. It was fed over to Addison White from the right circle. She got a great shot away, and Hernum makes the save. Off the faceoff, Caps have it along the boards. Jodry bangs it off the wall. Puck down low, Caps. Out front, White puts it wide. No, she scores! Addison White! I thought it was going wide, but she tucks it in. Well, it's hard to keep the dynamic offense of Addison White off the score sheet. She had both Caps goals in Game 1, and she's got the equalizer here in Game 2. The puck was fed out to her right there. Initially, I thought I saw it going a bit wide, but it finds its way in behind Hernum. They don't ask how, they ask how many. And that's another for White. Great pass from Kearney out front. And again, you give someone with the offensive abilities of Addison White a chance. More often than not, she's going to bury it. And she's got the goal, and we are tied. Would you expect anything less here between these two great teams in this series? Jumping on it again is White. Dashing in from the right circle, taking it behind the goal. Addison White just scored, and she's on the puck again. Here's Cyril from the left point, puts it through, hit a skate. Kearney trying to reach it. Comes back to Cyril again. Milo Cyril sends it in behind the goal. Veronica Mitchell has it down low. She'll fire it up toward the blue line. And now it goes down into the Caps' end. It's a race for it. Joseph trying to get there ahead of Milo Cyril. Good speed from Joseph, closing in on that puck. Now, that's Gould. Alina Gould has it down low, trying to feed it to Robertson, who was waiting in the slot. Back to the left point, long shot goes wide of the goal to the corner near side, where Cyril will gather and send it up ahead to Rothenberg. Touches it for Asbridge. Asbridge got spun around, couldn't settle the puck down. And Sarah Allman now will grab it. Here's Allman into the zone with Vautour. Crossing over with Vautour. Quick shot. Allman hammers it wide. Tried to get in there was Hartnell for the surge. But it's the Capitals who'll flip it out toward the red line. Izzy Kim meets it there. Lucy Harlan comes over to challenge. Now Hartnell from the left side, cutting to the middle. Rachel Hartnell in towards Vautour, and it just went underneath the stick of number 10, Reese Vautour, who was right in front. Puck down low. Inside the final minute of play here in this second period. We now have a tie game. Here's the speedy Driscoll. Cutting into the middle. Driscoll in front to the backhand. What an effort from Driscoll. And maybe got a little too close in, but what an effort. Tried to go short side, and Hernum said no. 25 seconds to go. Hartnell back the other way. Another flash and dash rush from Ella Driscoll. We've seen all kinds of rushes like that from both teams in this series. What a wonderful display of hockey we're getting to witness here between these two teams in this series. Puck in neutral ice right in front of the timekeeper's bench. Just 5 seconds to go now as Walsh will gather, and she'll just lug that puck down into her own zone as the second period comes to a close. So shots on goal in period number 2, a 2-period total. 18 for the Lindsay Surge, 14 for the Greenfoot Capitals. And just the one goal to talk about, and it belongs to the Greenfoot Capitals. So I'll recap the scoring for you quickly. Jenna Greenwood opened up the scoring in period 1. It was 1-0 after 1. And then with just 2 minutes and 21 seconds left in the second, Addison White took a beautiful feed and tucked it in behind the goaltender. And that is where we stand. 40 minutes played. Lindsay Surge 1, Greenfoot Capitals 1 in this thrilling Game 4. Caps win. They're the Nova Scotia champs. Surge win, deciding Game 5 tomorrow. Third period coming up in just a little bit. You're watching Maritime Athletic Profiles. After 40 minutes, Caps and Surge deadlocked 1 apiece. Just about ready for period number 3 here. And while we have a moment, I want to say a big hello to Carter Myra. Carter is a Halifax hockey player with the Martello Buccaneers and an affiliate of the Halifax Max and Gulls alumni. Carter was recently diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, a pediatric cancer that develops in the bone and soft tissue. And Carter, I know that you've got the support of the hockey community. I know that your girlfriend Ella Driscoll plays on the Greenfoot Capitals and that you've been out several times to support her when she plays. And again, I know that you're watching today, and I'm sure you're cheering on Ella and the Capitals, and we want you to know that we're cheering you on, Carter. As my mom used to tell me, fight the good fight, my friend. You got a lot of people behind you, and we want to send you nothing but the best as you battle this, and it's a fight that you're going to win. So, Carter, we're thinking of you, my friend, and hope you're enjoying the broadcast. So we are underway here in period number 3. It's a 1-1 tie, even strength to start. Mitchell right in front. Almond was there, couldn't see the puck as it went off the pads of the goaltender, and it's the Capitals who will gather. Here comes Beaton, now the captain of the Capitals. She gets rubbed out into the glass by Rachel Walsh. Back the other way comes Hartnell. Behind the Caps goal, Kat Wilkie will pick it up, slide it up along the boards. A fresh surface here on the ice to begin period number 3. Just a minute in as Dowling down the right side. Goes to the backhand, takes the puck, chips it up into the corner, and the Surge will grab it and skate it up. Almost turned over there in front of the goal, but Rossong will take it now for the Surge. They'll come to the near side. Lindsay Surge need to win this game to force a 5th and deciding game tomorrow. Rothenberg lost an edge, and now Buffett slides it over to Jenna Greenwood. Greenwood with a snapshot right into the midsection, and Holland grabs it. Greenwood has the Surge goal in this game back in period number 1, and she was bidding for another right there. Shots on goal, 20-14, favoring the Lindsay Surge. In a 1-1 tie, face off to the right of Holland. Almond up against Kearney on the draw. To the near boards, Addison White, the goal scorer for the Capitals, gets it over to the captain, Ava Beaton. Good defensive play there by Nedelku on that right side. And the puck will go to the side of the Surge goal, Nedelku. Little tap backhand pass to Rossong, who tried to move it up ahead there onto the stick of Almond. But it comes right back to Rossong. She'll rush it up the left side. Rossong slides it all the way across. Joseph fires it and goes just wide of the near side, trying to go high to the blocker side. Almond shot trying to go near side now, and Holland covering up the post. Got a piece. Good push there from the Surge, and here comes White down the right side. Addison White throws it into the Surge zone. Capitals making some changes here. Puck down low. Caps trying to get it. It'll come to Joseph on that far side. Danica Joseph trying to move it along against a couple of Capitals players, including Josie Leslie. And then the puck came from the corner boards out toward the slot area. But the Surge able to clear it down the ice. Now Robertson trying to give chase, but not before it goes the length of the ice. And that results in an icing call against the the Lindsay Surge. So the faceoff will come down into the Surge zone. Such a good crowd on hand here. Many of those in attendance are family of these players. You see a lot of jerseys, the parents wearing their kids' jersey. I see right in front of me, I see a couple of Beaton jerseys, a Drodry, a Kearney, an Asbridge, a Rothenberg, and same thing on the Surge side. Lots of Surge swag, so great to see family, friends, and the like out supporting these players and checking out this fantastic series. Almost a shame that one of these teams has to lose. I know it's cliche, but it's true. So evenly matched. But there's got to be a winner. There's got to be a team that doesn't advance. In behind the goal, Walsh stops it there. Walsh gets a little help from Rossong. Mackenzie Rossong has logged quite a bit of ice time here today for the Lindsay Surge, up towards Poirier. Backhanded now to Robertson. She just tapped it forward, and she'll go off for a change as the Rosier flips it down into the Surge end, and Capitals will do the same thing, making a quick change here. Scott Squires and the Maritime Athletic Profiles team, glad to have you with us. Want to give a big tip of the cap to Tyler and the rest of the crew here today, doing a fabulous job bringing you the sights and the sounds and all the camera angles. I just have to stand here with a headset on and talk. My favorite thing to do. Play by play, and it's a good one. 16:25 to go in the third. Here's Gould in with the puck. Down low, Kim behind her own net. Up along the boards. Caps keeping it hemmed in the zone here. Walsh now will grab it. Skates off to the left. Takes a look, finds a little open ice. Walsh. Head up now to the red line. Rachel Walsh lugging that puck forward and had it taken off of her stick, but Walsh does the job getting the puck out of the surge zone. Walsh heads off now for what I'm sure will be a short break on the bench, and she'll be back out in short order. Meanwhile, here comes Ella Driscoll. Driscoll tried to make a move in, lost an edge, falls, and the Surge will grab the puck. Nice move there at her own blue line by Hartnell. Hartnell gets dumped as she came together with Rothenberg as the two 17s collided. Now Evie Rothenberg, nice little backhand pass trying to spring Dowling, but it'll go past Dowling all the way down to Cicely Hurnham, and Hurnham will grab the puck. And I just want to give you a quick update here from the New Brunswick Championship. I literally just got a text from Mark Boutlier. His daughter Lola plays for the Moncton Rockets, and I just got a text with a team picture. And the text reads, Rockets are NB champs. So, congratulations to the Moncton Rockets on being the New Brunswick champions. They'll be heading to the Atlantics in New Glasgow in just a couple of weeks. What Nova Scotia team will join the hosts Northern Subway Selects? Well, it'll be the Surge or the Capitals. And we're almost 5 minutes into the third period of a 1-1 tie. So, again, congratulations to the Rockets. Will we crown a champ here today, or we'll have a Game 5 tomorrow? There's Asbridge turning, trying to get a shot away. That was knocked down. And the Surge will just calmly move it out of their own zone. Vauteur got spilled, and the puck will go down deep into the Capital zone. There's Mila Searle. She'll turn, bank it off the wall. Meeting it over there is Rothenberg. She chips it up towards Kearney. It went past her, and Kim slides it over to Rossong. Rossong gets the puck up towards Buffett, who just sweeps it down into the zone. Here's DeRosier now, backhanding it along the wall. Addison White. Puck goes by her. Rossong keeps it in the Capitals' end of the ice. Jenna Greenwood down low. Nice defensive play there by number 10, Lucy Harlan, for the Caps. Puck to the red line, neutral ice, beaten. Tried to push it forward and chase after it. Capitals have to clear the zone. They do. And the Surge will gather up that puck and move it out into neutral ice. Kearney hammers it right back into the Surge zone. Rossong now will try behind her own net. Rossong turns, slides it over to Izzy Kim. Kim banks it off the wall. Goes to DeRosier, who does the same thing off the boards back into the Surge zone. Gould slides across ice. Addison White jumps on it, intercepts White with the puck now. Goes back to the left point. Leslie for DeRosier. DeRosier walks in, takes the shot. That hit the leg of Buffett. And the Surge will grab it and bring it out. Puck backhanded forward there as Greenwood moved it ahead. Quickly taken away, though, by the Capitals. DeRosier off the boards to Leslie. Leslie sees the puck now go into the Surge zone. Capitals making some changes here. In on the puck is O'Dane. She's trying to force the issue, but the Surge able to flip that puck out of the zone. Danica Joseph in on it quickly for the Surge. Now Hartnell down low, takes a look. Hartnell turning with it. Gets it back to Mitchell, left point. Veronica Mitchell put a shot through. That hit Jodry. A shot from the right side goes in on goal. And Lil Holland gets the goal stick on it and deflects it up into the crowd. 13-13. Now, could that be lucky for one of these teams? We shall see. 13 was actually my dad's lucky number. I always enjoy saying lucky 13 off the face-off. Puck down low, squirts in front, chance there. Robertson couldn't get that puck to settle. She was in a crowd, and right back the other way comes Carolee Beaton with some pace. Had the puck go off of her stick. Now it's along the boards. A couple of players in there trying to battle for it, and it'll come into neutral ice. That's going to go down the ice. Will it make it down for icing? Don't think so. Searle will get there underneath the forecheck pressure from Danica Joseph. All the way to the other side. Walsh pinches in, tried to keep it in, but it'll slide over the red line where Mackenzie Rossong will pick it up for the Surge. She flips it end over end down in behind the Capitals' goal. Searle up the left side. Bounces off the stick into neutral ice. Stolen away. Could this be a chance now for Driscoll as she couldn't get the puck to stick to her stick? In on it though is Prince. Beaten from the slot, a shot there, and all kinds of bodies in front, including Ella Driscoll. But Harnham, a good job tracking the puck, as goalies will do. And she snags it and holds on. And listen, whenever you see goalies doing those drills where they're bouncing a tennis ball or a rubber ball or doing those hand-eye coordination drills, I've seen some goalies juggling little sandbags. That's why they do it, for that ability to just laser focus on a puck through traffic. Now Capitals setting up here. We are 5-on-5, even strength. DeRosier slides it across. Leslie makes a move from the left circle, takes a shot just wide of the net. It hammers off the boards, and the Surge will try to move it up the left side. Puck comes into the middle, and the Surge will just float it down into the Capital zone. Josie Leslie, after that puck, Vautour in on it quickly as well for the Surge. Comes near side for DeRosier. She sweeps it up towards Zara Prince. Prince takes a nudge from Walsh. Now Driscoll in the middle. Vautour took that puck away for just a second. Driscoll using that quick skate, quick stick to get in on that puck for the Capitals. She took it off the glass. Driscoll heads off for a change as the Surge will work it down the ice. And that goes for an icing. As we approach the midway point of period number 3, faceoff will come down into the Lindsay Surge zone. And we'll have a faceoff to the right of Cicely Harnham. Tension filling the John Paris Jr. rink here at the West Hand Sportsplex in Windsor. You can just see the tension and the anxiety on the faces and even in the body language of fans for both of these teams here this evening. Walsh, the captain, ever so steady. She'll be playing hockey at Syracuse University for the Orange next season, and almost a chance there as Rothenberg came in, tried to take it away from the Syracuse commit. Greenwood, far corner. Puck along the boards. Rothenberg, outlet pass to Asbridge, just a little behind B. Asbridge, but she gathers it, skates it in up against Walsh. Asbridge puts on the brakes over by the boards, gets it to Rothenberg. Rothenberg sees the puck taken there by Mitchell, who works it up, and then it pops up into the Surge bench. So that'll go out of play, and we'll have a face-off now down to 10:40 left to play. 22-15 shots on goal favoring the Surge, but the numbers that really matter, 10:40, that's time left in the third, 1-1, that's your score. Puck comes just outside the zone. Cyril gets it just ahead of Robertson, but then Hartnell jumps up, grabs it. Rachel Hartnell over on the boards, far side, being watched closely by Kearney and Cyril. Now Almond dishes it off, long shot, and Nedelku let it go from the right point. That was blocked by Kearney, and now the Capitals will bring it out. Kearney up ahead to the captain, Ava Beaton. Captain Beaton slides it in front. Kearney trying to connect with it, but it got stuck right there just in front of the Surge goal, and the Surge with Mitchell now. They'll bring it out. Veronica Mitchell in deep. Tried to send it cross ice to the on-rushing Nevaeh Robertson. That didn't connect. And now the puck up towards Kearney. A chance now. Kearney 2-on-1 over to White. White tries to go back to Kearney, and catching up was Vautour. Good job getting back there by Reese Vautour, as Kearney and White were coming in 2-on-1 for the Caps. We've crossed the midway point of period number 3. We are still tied 1-1. Surge a goal in the first, Caps a goal in the second. Another 2-on-1. Beaton has O'Dane heading toward the front of the goal. O'Dane spinning, turning, firing. She scores! Charlotte O'Dane squeezes it past the keeper, Harnham, and the Capitals have the lead. Another 2-on-1. Great job by Charlotte O'Dane to initially take it on the backhand. She wasn't feeling good about that. Look at that. Spinorama. As good as you see. Charlotte O'Dane, and I'm sure somewhere her dad Colin is jumping up and down, as are the Capitals coaches, players, and fans. 2-1. A massive goal as O'Dane took that pass to her backhand, had the presence of mind to settle the puck, spin around, and slide it in behind Harnham. Harnham got a piece. That goal that puck, I should say, seemed to take forever if you're a Caps fan to slide in past Harnum. But again, just the dexterity and the body control from Charlotte O'Dane to take that from the backhand, spin around, and get the shot away. Caps lead it. Now the Surge trailing for the first time today. Tried to feed it in front to a waiting Gabby Buffett, but it's turned aside now by Jodry. Down the right side, Jodry flips it into the Surge zone, and the Capitals will make changes. So O'Dane has the go-ahead goal. Caps in on the puck again with Driscoll. Driscoll sends it down low. Zara Prince chasing after it. Hartnell now tries to work it up. Capitals really turning up the forecheck pressure now, trying to take away any time and space from the Surge. Here's Rachel Walsh. Up towards Hartnell. Hartnell puts the puck in the zone, and the Capitals able to move it out. Here's Zara Prince. Down the right side, doesn't have any help, so she just chips it down into the zone. Quick change is coming now for the Greenfoot Capitals. Surge will transition it up the ice with Robertson. Nevaeh Robertson is dangerous, puts it in, it's bobbled there, and it just slides to the side of the goal, and DeRosier able to clear it away, and the Capitals faithful, a collective sigh after that puck just kind of popped loose from the goaltender Holland. We'll see it here. There's Robertson, just kind of floats it in, and just a bobble there. That could have been very dangerous, but good work from the Caps and DeRosier. Now Rothenberg with Asbridge. Rothenberg from the left wing takes a shot, and Hernam makes the save. Down to 7:32 to go. Surge have to find a way. They need at least one more goal, and they've got to keep the Caps off the score sheet. If the Capitals win, they're the Nova Scotia champs. Will they join the Northern Subway Selects and the New Brunswick champs, Moncton Rockets, going to the Atlantics? They'll be there, but there's still 7:08 to go. The Surge will have a lot to say about who ends up going to New Glasgow for Atlantics. So the Capitals have their first lead because of the O'Dane goal. 6:55 to go. That's how much time is left potentially in the Surge season. Addison White slides it across just underneath the stick of Ava Beaton as a great pass from White across to Beaton. Just couldn't settle it. Addison White on the puck again, down low for Kearney. Kearney gets rubbed out into the corner. Two Surge players there, and the referee arm goes up. And the question is, will it be Kim, will it be Gould? Both players were there and took Kearney down. So a big power play now, and it's Izzy Kim over to the penalty box. So now a big penalty to take, a huge special teams moment here. Obviously, big power play opportunity for the Greenfoot Capitals, and a massive penalty kill upcoming here for the Lindsay Surge. 2-1 your score. Here's Beaton from the high slot. Captain Ava Beaton turns it over. Now Hartnell trying to get in. DeRosier trying to get back. Hartnell shorthanded. What a move by DeRosier. She's going to take a penalty, though. Is it a penalty or is it a penalty shot? We've got to wait and see. Delayed penalty. Net empty for the Surge. And Driscoll will touch it. And is it a penalty? And it's going to be hooking. I thought it might be a penalty shot, but it's going to be a hooking call. So credit Rachel Hartnell for grabbing that puck, skating into the zone, and forcing DeRosier. And listen, a great defensive play by DeRosier. She really didn't have a choice but to do what she did, put in the drag there, the hook on Hartnell. So now DeRosier to the penalty box. 1:34 left in the penalty to Izzy Kim of the Surge. And then it will be a short power play of 26 seconds for the Lindsay Surge. However, the big news is that the penalty to the Surge, that's negated now. And the other big news is we are 4-on-4. So extra skating room out there for these two speedy teams. Here's Prince. Jodry going to the front of the goal. Prince puts it down low off the side of the net. Walsh will grab it. 5:55 to go. Are you not entertained, my friends? This is what playoff hockey's all about. Robertson wide to the left. Great defensive play by Josie Leslie. Puck behind the goal. Jodry trying to get it. Back to the point it goes. Just squirts out over the blue line. And the Surge will have to clear the zone, and they do. Walsh up to Robertson. Robertson will slide it back to Rossong. 4-on-4 hockey here with 5:27 to go. Third period of Game 4. Surge need to win to force a Game 5, a deciding Game 5. 4-on-4 hockey, the captain Walsh couldn't get around Wilkie. Good play there from Cat Wilkie. And the Capitals will send it down the ice. And I'm not sure that should have been an icing as we're even strength here. I'm not sure why that wasn't. However, play carries on. 5 minutes to go. 4-on-4 hockey. Walsh pinching in deep, taking it in behind the goal. Walsh goes down. Hartnell is there. Driscoll comes in for the Caps. 4-player pile up behind the goal. Driscoll grabs the puck. She's quick. Here comes Ella Driscoll flying into the middle of the ice across the red line. Driscoll, coast to coast, tried to get a backhander away, and it went off the stick of the Surge defender. Good play by Veronica Mitchell, staying with the speedy Ella Driscoll. Surge penalty is over. Now it's a short power play for the Surge. 17 seconds left to go in the DeRosier minor. Nedelku falls. Kearney on the puck. Beaten in front. Kearney from a sharp angle. Put it off the side of the goal. 5 seconds to go in the DeRosier minor. Vautour rushing up the ice, trying to take advantage of the last few seconds of the power play. Vautour tried to get it in. Couldn't get it past Leslie. Back to 5-on-5, even strength. Penalties are over. Back it comes. Walsh couldn't walk into it there. Turning with a shot. A weak one, and Holland gets the right pad on it. Anxious moments here in the last 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Start keeping an eye on the goaltender, Cicely Harnham, for the Surge. When will she be pulled for the extra attacker? Gabby Buffett wide down the left side. Tried to slide it over in front of the goal. Nobody there. And it goes off to the far side. Up to the right point, kept just inside the blue line there by Walsh. Walsh has to be tired. She's logged so many minutes again here today, but she said she loves it, and she's out there. Now there's a shot. Oh, a deflection in front. Just getting a piece of the shot from Walsh was Gabby Buffett. Deflected it, and Holland had to be sharp and made the save. DeRosier now. 3:10 to go in the third. DeRosier being watched closely by Hartnell, who's in on the aggressive forecheck. Hartnell doing good work down low for the Surge. Puck back to the right point. Walsh walks into it, slides it low along the ice. Allman tried to get a piece. Caps just covering up now as the Surge press. Puck turned over, though. O'Dane, who has the go-ahead goal, worked the puck out into neutral ice. Chipped up past Walsh. 2:45 to go. Harnham still in the goal. Here comes Allman. Up the left side. Sarah Allman cuts into the middle. Allman trying to reach for that puck. Lost it. And Nedelku will just throw it down in behind the Caps goal. Searle is there. Puck at the side of the goal. Searle will grab it. Up to Rothenberg. Now Asbridge. Asbridge backhands it into the zone. Asbridge takes a shove from Gould. Caps fans want a penalty. None coming. And the puck goes off to the boards on the far side with 2:15 to go. Capitals 2 minutes and 10 seconds away from going to the Atlantics as the Nova Scotia champions. They're digging in here. Surge desperately trying to work that puck out of their own zone. Good defensive play by Rothenberg. Rothenberg in on the puck. Great work here by Evie Rothenberg down low. For the Capitals, keep the puck in the Surge end. Don't let them get going. Drain time off of the clock. 1:45 to go. Puck softly in front of the goal. Grabbing it there is Kearney, and Kearney moved in, and the Capitals were offside. 1:39 to go in the third period. Shots on goal, 24-17 for the Surge, but right now it's the Charlotte O'Dane goal at the 10:36 mark of this third period. That is the difference. O'Dane, the assist went to number 8, Carly Beaton, and right now that stands as your game winner. Off the faceoff, Surge with the puck. Moving it up to Robertson. Now Allman trying to get in on that puck. Good back check there by Kearney. Now Ava Beaton backhands it up into neutral ice. Addison White sends it ahead. Kearney trying to get by Walsh. There's the steady defender Walsh taking care of Kearney. Caps though, White jumps on that puck for the Capitals. 1:15 to go. White takes a push from Walsh, and now the captain and the steadiest defender for the Surge looks like she's going to go to the penalty box. Net is empty. Capitals just ragging the puck here, trying to take time off the clock. Net is empty, delayed penalty coming. Capitals have the extra attacker and the puck. And Hurnham sees the moment, knows what she has to do, rushes out of the goal to touch that puck to at least get a whistle. So Rachel Walsh, the captain, who logs the most minutes and is probably their most steady and staunch defender back there, she'll sit in the penalty box with 53 seconds to go. So Walsh in the box, Capitals to the power play, face-off to the right of Hurnham, 53 seconds to go, a 2-1 Caps lead. The other piece of that is if all things stay as they are, even if the Surge pull the goalie, it would only make it a 5-on-5. DeRosier down low, right across in front of the crease, and it's cleared away. Good little slide across there from Beaton as she shoved it in front of the goal. Driscoll now behind the net for the Capitals, who are on the power play, looking to take care of the next 35 seconds and become Nova Scotia champions. Beaton has the puck. Outside the zone it goes. 25 seconds go. Hartnell grabs the puck, trying to get a chance in the goal. Hartnell cuts to the front. Huge save at the post there as Holland shut the lane for Hartnell. Back it comes. Long shot blocked down by DeRosier. Hartnell in on the puck. Net is empty. Extra attacker on, but it's still 5-on-5. 5 seconds to go. The Capitals crowd to their feet. 2 seconds to go. They score an empty netter, but it won't matter. Addison White tucks it in, and her team off the bench, gloves flying, sticks flying, and bodies flying on top of the goaltender, Lil Holland. The Greenfoot Capitals are your Maritime Major Female Hockey League Nova Scotia champions. Look at the celebration. Lil Holland started 2 games in this series. She got a shutout in game 2. She only allows 1 goal in game 4. She gets the win. The Capitals are the champs. Heartbreak for the Lindsay Surge. Elation for the Greenfoot Capitals. And listen, a tip of the cap to this Lindsay Surge team. They were tremendous this series. They gave the Capitals all they could handle as the two teams do one of the best traditions in all of sports, the hockey handshake line at the end of a series. But it's the Greenfoot Capitals on their home ice here in West Hants, one of many home ice rinks that they have. They play home games at the Greenfoot Energy Center, here at the John Paris Jr. Rink in Windsor, and also from time to time at St. Mary's. What a series, what a game, and hopefully we're going to be able to get some post-game interviews for you, so don't go too far. We're going to see what we can do here as the Capitals celebrate. Well, there's a nice look at the Nova Scotia champions of the Maritime Major Female Hockey League. This team was good all season long. They were led by their captain, Ava Beaton, certainly by their alternate captain and most steady defender, Calla DeRosier, and certainly by the dynamic rookie, Addison White. And one of the most iconic scenes that you will ever see in sports at the end of a championship or series clinching game, the gloves and the sticks that get jettisoned very quickly at the end of a game when a team has won. And it was quite something to watch the Greenfoot Capitals pile off the bench and just see a mass of gloves and sticks flying through the air like graduation caps on graduation day. So again, a tremendous game. Now we're going to stay on the air a little longer here. We're going to allow, of course, the Greenfoot Capitals and the Lindsay Surge to go through their post-game celebrations, and then we're going to endeavor to get a couple of the Capitals players up to our broadcast position here for a post-game interview and to get their thoughts on this series, today's game, and being the Nova Scotia champions. They're just going down the line now, handing out the medals. So, again, congratulations to the Lindsay Surge, their entire organization, coaching staff and players. A class act, a class organization, and a very good hockey team. And I said it earlier, it's cliche, but I truly feel it. It's tough that one of these teams had to go home after this series. And in this particular case, it is the Lindsay Surge. But listen, Surge, nothing to hang your heads about. This is going to sting. But finishing second, silver medal at the Nova Scotia Championship in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League, not too bad. And again, I think these two teams could have played 15, 20, 30, whatever, however many games, and split them. They're that evenly matched. The games are that good. But today, it was Charlotte O'Dane, a gorgeous goal. The eventual game winner, Addison White, got the empty netter with about a second left. Addison White scores 2 goals. She had 4 in the 4-game series. But again, just a wonderfully played game. And there's, I think you just might have seen her there for a second, Maya McCormick. Want to give a special shout out to Maya, one of the best offensive players in this league, such a hard worker, a tough-nosed player. And Maya suffered a lower body injury last week and wasn't able to play in game 3 and 4. I know she was disappointed, but I was chatting with Maya earlier. She's feeling better, and look forward to having her back healthy again. And the Capitals now getting their medals. Ava Beaton, the captain, just got hers. Now Bea Asbridge. This is Carly Beaton, the captain, Ava Beaton's younger sister. And as the Capitals get their gold medals, they're going down the line, shaking hands with the Surge coaches and players. This is Lucy Harland and another sister combination, Ellie Harland, now getting her medal. It's a sisterly situation on this Capitals team. Chloe Jodry, a great forward on this club. There's Charlotte O'Dane. Charlotte getting her medal, celebrating and getting the game-winning goal, the series-clinching goal. Evie Rothenberg, one of the alternate captains on this team, receiving her medal. Steady defender, Kat Wilkie, one of the unsung heroes on this team. Plays a quiet game, but a good game. That's a good thing if you're a defender, to play a quiet game. There is Ella Driscoll. Ella, a fast, energetic, very emotional in a good way player, always makes things happen. Josie Leslie, strong defender, got her medal. There's the Lil Holland now getting her medal. Just seconds before that, Haley Dowling. There's Lauren Delaney, great goaltending tandem on this Caps team. Zara Prince, strong forward for this Capitals team now. Rookie defender, Mila Searle, a great addition to this team, a very strong, steady defender. There is Cala DeRosier, alternate captain, so strong, such a leader. She'll be playing rugby at St. FX next season. Ashlyn Kearney, great goal scorer, getting hers. And there is the Rookie of the Year, no question about it, Addison White. Scored 2 goals in this one. She'll be heading off to Ontario next season, but we're glad to have her for at least one season in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League, and they'll get to go now to New Glasgow and play in the Atlantics in a couple weeks. So now a huge moment when you get to accept the championship banner. There it is, Hockey Nova Scotia. U18 AAA Nova Scotia Female Hockey League champions 24-25. Pictures that will last a lifetime, memories made that will forever stay with these players, their coaches, their families. And when you win a championship, you're connected forever. And there's the moment. Trophy held aloft. The Capitals are your Nova Scotia champions. So I'm going to jump off headset. Don't go anywhere. We're going to stay on the air, bring you some more sights and sounds here from the celebration. And then I'm going to hopefully corral a couple of players, see if they'll come up top with me and get on headset and do an interview. And again, I love that scene. I did a championship Atlantics game several years ago with Ken Dryden, and he was my analyst. And he talked about exactly that at the end of the game. He referenced the sticks and the gloves, reminiscing back when his days of the Montreal Canadiens felt the very same feeling. So the Capitals are your champions. We'll be back in a few minutes with some interviews. Addison White, congratulations. You're the Maritime Major Female Hockey League Nova Scotia champions. How's that feel?
Feels pretty good. Like, honestly, it was a team effort and couldn't have done it without the team. So just exciting moment. Everyone's happy.
You scored the tying goal, making it 1-1 win. You scored. What was going through your mind when that puck went in, and how did that kind of change the energy for your group?
It was just super exciting. I was just like, oh my God, it's in. So then I went to the bench, everyone was cheering us on, and it was a big momentum shifter, like you said, and it was just an awesome, momentum, getting going.
Yeah, and maybe just a word about your opponents, the Lindsay Surge. They gave you guys all you could handle in the entire series. Just a word about those guys.
They fought to the end. They played a really good game, and that's a championship game right there. So awesome game by them.
Now I've got to ask you about your teammate Charlotte O'Dane. She scored the eventual game winner. Just a gorgeous move after she took the cross-ice pass from Ava Beaton. Charlotte took her from the backhand, spun it around, tucked it in. What's the reaction when you see that goal go in?
It was just everyone was so excited. It was unbelievable. Charlotte deserved that. She's such a digger. She's been working hard all year, so that was the right moment for her.
And I'll get you to give a word about your goaltender, Lil Holland, as well. And just for folks, we're going to speak with Charlotte O'Dane and Lil Holland as well. But early in that first period, there was a cross-ice feed and a big one-timer, and Lil Holland went cross-post, post-to-post, made a beautiful glove save. And I said at that time, even though it's early, that could be a huge save. It turned out to be a really big save in that moment. A word about Lil Holland.
Lil Holland, she's been one of my best friends on the team. She's always there for you. No matter if she's on the bench or in the nets, she's always there for us. And she's faced a lot of adversity this year, and it's just, I love being her teammate.
So still more hockey for you in the Greenfoot Capitals jersey.
Yeah.
We're not letting you go to Ontario just yet.
Yeah.
I know you want to celebrate this today with your teammates, but maybe just a thought or two about going to the Atlantics now.
That's going to be a great experience for me individually and the girls. Everyone's super pumped, and we're going to be ready to go.
Well, Addison White, congratulations. You got the tying goal. You got things rolling for your side. You ended up getting the empty netter, so a couple of goals for you today. Congratulations on the win and on being the Nova Scotia champions. Hold up that medal so we can get a good look at it there. Look at the hardware right there. Addison White, congratulations. Good luck at Atlantics.
Thank you.
Don't go too far. We're going to chat with Charlotte O'Dane in just a second. You're watching Maritime Athletic Profiles. Don't go too far. We're going to switch out headsets and have Charlotte with me in just a sec. All right, Charlotte. Look at you. Couldn't wipe that smile off my face if I tried, could I?
Oh, my gosh.
Here, step right in, shoulder to shoulder. That was a
Thank you.
joined by Charlotte O'Dane, who has one of the biggest smiles that I've seen in a very long time, although I'm sure a lot of your teammates have similar smiles. Congratulations on the win, on being Nova Scotia champions. How's that feel?
Feels great. It was a team effort, and I'm really proud of all of us, yeah.
You scored the eventual game winner, and I got to say, Charlotte, one of the prettiest goals I've seen all year long. You took a beautiful cross-ice feed from the captain, Ava Beaton. You take it on the backhand, you score the goal, but walk me through that whole sequence when you got that pass.
Well, I was driving to the net with Carly. Oh, I think it was Carly.
Maybe it's
And
Carly Beaton, yes. Carly.
Yeah, and she passed it. I saw my backhand, so I knew that I couldn't get the shot off, so I had to spin around and just somehow.
Well, listen, just to have the presence of mind and the dexterity to take that puck in your backhand, spin around, and put it in. When you saw the puck go in, because it took a few seconds for it to cross the line, what's the reaction?
I was just screaming up and down. Me and my line, we were so excited. We were planning on trying to get a goal this playoffs, and we got one. We were glad.
I was talking to your dad just after the game, and I said, what a beautiful goal by Charlotte. He goes, she's been saving that one up all season long. Just to maybe get you to make a comment on your opponents here as well, the Lindsay Surge.
Oh, well, they're a great team, but they fueled us before the game, so that's probably why we came out and got the win, because we were pretty excited to
pumped
win.
Up, ready to go.
Pumped up.
And last thing, I know you want to enjoy this with your teammates and celebrate, but how's it feel to know that you're going to the Atlantics representing Nova Scotia?
Oh, it feels great. I'm super excited. Yeah.
I can tell. Well, listen, Charlotte O'Dane, congratulations on getting the game-winning goal and being Nova Scotia champions. Good luck at Atlantics.
Thank you so much.
That's Charlotte O'Dane. She got the game winner. I know her dad, Colin, is pretty happy. So we're going to get the headset off of Charlotte, and we're going to bring in the goaltender, Lil Holland. We'll do that in just a sec. With me is the goaltender, the winning goalie in today's Game 4 championship clinching game for the Greenfoot Capitals, Lil Holland. Lil, you got that medal around your neck. You're
I
Nova
do.
Scotia champ. How's it feel?
I am. It actually hasn't hit me yet. Doesn't feel real. It's insane. I don't know how to describe it. Just so insane.
You've been part of a great goaltending tandem
I have.
all season long. What did it mean to you to get the start today?
I got the nod this morning. Kevin said, you've earned the start, so take it home. And I was like, I'm ready. I'll bring you the W. And just, it feels so insane. Like, I don't even know, like, in my rookie season too. It just adds so much more to this.
I wish I
feels
could
great.
bottle your energy and hook it into my car. I'd never need gasoline
Oh my
again.
God,
It could just run off of Lil Holland. I want to ask you, though, about your goaltending tandem partner, Lauren Delaney.
Yeah.
What has she meant to you this season?
She is like, she's been, sorry, I'm at a loss for words right now.
Supportive?
I love Lauren. Yeah, she's like probably one of, if not the best goalie partner I've ever had. She's supportive, and she's not just a goalie partner, like she's a friend. And, I can talk to her, and we're not just like always in that competition mode that some goalies would have with each other with their goalie partner. I have that friendship with her too that I'm really happy I have. And, we're never upset if we don't get the start. And we're never upset if our goalie partner gets a win because, that's your friend getting a win. And it just feels great.
I've got to, and now I know so much goes on in that game, and you're going moment to moment. But I got to ask you about a particular save, and I'm not sure if you'll remember it.
I
But
do.
early in the first period,
Yep.
a gorgeous cross-ice feed to your left, one-timer, and you make what I call a 10-bell save. Walk me through that and what you were thinking when you knew that you had the puck in your glove.
Well, I wasn't thinking really. That's just a good feeling. I was like shocked, but I don't know.
How much of it, because goaltenders especially, right? You go through your pregame drills, you go through all the practices and training. That move of going post to post and flashing the glove, how much of that is just muscle memory because you're doing it so often and going over it again and again in your mind?
It's all just like you gotta do. It's not really like not calculated. It's more just like okay, I've done this in practice. Do it out to there. So it is calculated. But anyway.
Now,
sorry, I'm like.
I know that your mom is always super stressed out whenever you're in goal. She's just back there. And your dad, maybe not as stressed. And actually, the game that you started, I think the shutout, when you got the shutout in game 2, I was talking to your dad afterwards, and he said, I was down in the corner, and Lil came over, and she gave me a wink. And he said, whenever Lil gives me a wink, I know that she's all good.
Yeah.
Were you giving out any winks prior to this one? Were you feeling it?
My dad always says I'm playing my best when I'm smiling. So, he loves when I look over him, smile, wink. Yeah, I was giving him some smiles, just being locked in. Why did I say? Sorry.
No, you're in the emotion of the moment, and rightfully so. I do want to ask you just one more though. It's so, I guess, fun seeing the reaction of the team when the final buzzer sounds and you can celebrate and everybody's rushing off and they're all coming towards you. Gloves are flying in the air, sticks are flying in the air. What do you think when you see all your teammates rushing towards you?
It just feels like this moment of like pride and happiness because we just did that. Like we just did that. Not one of us, like all of us. Charlotte scored the goals, and Addie scored a goal, but somebody set them up for that. And my defense were a big help for me today, like they always are. So it's like we just did that.
Bonded for life.
Yeah.
And I got to slip in one more quick one. There's a cliche question that gets asked, and I never like to ask the cliche question, but I got to.
Mm-hmm.
Where does this rank in Lil Holland goaltending victories?
I did this my first year of U15 too, so that's probably my first year was probably my number one, and this is probably tied with it now. It's probably number one too.
Well, listen, Lil, it's been a pleasure to watch you and this team grow and develop all season long. Congratulations again on the win, being Nova Scotia champions, and I wish you nothing but the best at the Atlantics. Go Team Nova Scotia.
Thank you so much.
That's Lil Holland. She gets the victory today. The Greenfoot Capitals are the Nova Scotia champions of the Maritime Major Female Hockey League. Lil's got to go. She passed me the headset. There's her mom. Her mom is all, hey, Mom, come over for a sec. May as well do this while we have a second.
Oh, my God, okay.
You ready?
I don't know.
Oh,
He's on his way.
and then we're going to bring the coach. See this? When you tune in to the Maritime Athletic Profiles broadcast, we lay it all out for you. So, Lil Holland's mom.
Yes.
I've gotten to know you over the season. I've gotten to see you be full of stress and energy and excitement. Walk me through the last 2 minutes of that third period. What was that like for you?
I was on the floor with my head in my hands, just praying that we were going to do this. But I just knew deep down that we had it.
You were a goalie in soccer
Yeah.
back in the day. Your younger son, younger than Lil, is a goalie. Lil, a goaltender. What's going on, Jessica, with all the goalies?
It's a certain kind of crazy. Just continues on in the family.
All kidding aside, though, as a parent, you're always so proud of your children. But what does it mean to be able to experience a moment like this with Lil?
Well, it's just like it's her rookie year, and she works so hard, and just these girls, like she's won multiple championships with so many of these girls, and it's just like it doesn't ever get old, and it's just so nice to see hard work pay off, and just I can't even describe it.
Well, listen, I talk to a lot of athletes over my career, and especially a lot of hockey players, and they always talk about the help and the support and the love and guidance from their parents. And I know that Lil has certainly got that from you and her dad. And it's nice to get the perspective of a hockey parent from behind the scenes. So congratulations.
Thanks.
And now, don't get too stressed out, but go enjoy Atlantics, okay?
Okay, yeah, we already have plans.
All right,
the parents
perfect.
do. Perfect,
That's
awesome.
Jessica Holland. That's Lil Holland's mom. Appreciate her taking the time to chat. And now we're going to bring in the man behind the bench, Kevin Bennett. He's back there chatting with another hockey parent. We'll get him in a sec. I'm just going to wave at Kevin. Here he comes. We're going to slide the headset on him here. This is live, my friends. This is what we do.
Jesus, you guys are working overtime.
We are indeed.
Jesus.
Congratulations. So this
thank you.
is the head coach of the Greenfoot Capitals, Kevin Bennett. At the beginning of the year, when you're going through training camp and player selection, you work towards winning the league and being the Nova Scotia champions. How's it feel?
It feels great. I mean, I think when we were putting this team together in August, September, we knew what this team was capable of. They were a young, energetic team that really, team unity was a big deal. We didn't recognize our potential right away. I think it took a little bit of time for this group to settle in. We had some ups and downs, but everything that we saw in the Northern Select Series and this series is everything that we envisioned this team was going to be.
You and I were chatting prior to the game. You know, I was just asking you about your lineup, starting goalie, and all those things. And we were talking about a couple of different things, but you made a comment to me, especially when it comes to coaching, that with certain decisions that you make as a coach, and this applies to all coaches, you can either wear the halo or you wear the horns.
Yep.
How do you deal with that on a daily basis, Kevin?
It's not easy because, you know, some of these decisions I don't take lightly, and anybody that knows me knows that I typically put the person first in all these decisions, and I don't make tough decisions easy because I put myself in their shoes all the time, whether it's a goalie rotation or whether it's who's playing and when. So it's just one of those things that come with the volunteer job. So, and I said to you, yeah, you're either wearing a halo or horns, and it's a kind of it's true.
Well, the halo looks extra good today along with that gold medal. Couple more for you before we let you go celebrate with the team, Kevin. You mentioned those decisions, and you've got such a good goalie tandem. And Lil Holland literally said, I love my teammate Lauren Delaney. They seem to really support each other.
Yep.
What went into the decision today to go with Lil?
The 1-0 shutout in Game 2. So I was talking to Jules about that. We're raising young adults here too, and we set expectations and hold them accountable, and we want them to do things. And when they perform, they deserve to be rewarded for that. And Lil was in Game 2 was a 1-0 shutout against one of the best goalies in the league, in Eleanor Feltham. And you know, how do you not come back to a kid that gives you that?
I know that you got lots of celebrating to do, but I want to. It's a team game, and we understand that. But there are a couple of individual players I just want to get a comment on for various reasons. Your captain, Ava Beaton.
She's unbelievable. She's like a culture player, And we've been saying all year long that there's an awful lot of CAS schools right now that are regretting not taking that kid because she is a leader. Doesn't need to be scoring goals all the time. She takes control of the dressing room. She takes control of the bench. She's one of the most respected players I've ever coached.
And that brings me to next year's St. FX rugby player, your alternate captain, and your steadiest defender, in my opinion, Cala DeRosier.
I can't believe how well Cala played in these playoffs. And then I challenged all the seniors. This is it, right? What do you got nothing left to play ahead for? Let's just keep playing. And Cala played a lot of minutes against Northern and this series, and I'm so happy for the way she played.
It turns out that you just had her for one season. You still got the Atlantics left with her, but I have to ask you about the electrifying rookie, 14-year-old Addison White. What did she bring to this team, and what did you see?
She brought unrelenting work ethic, great habits. The kids kind of geared a little bit differently, and that's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret. But she's doing some different things next year. But we had to talk about it, and it's all about the Caps right now, and it's not about anything else. And I just never seen a kid work so hard off the puck. And those are the things that are going to take her far in the game. Not scoring goals, it's everything else.
And, of course, in this game, I've got to ask you about that Charlotte O'Dane game winner. She takes the cross-ice feed from Carly Beaton. She was kind of off position a little bit, had to take it from the backhand. The dexterity, the hand-eye, all of it to get it to the forehand quickly and push it in. Just maybe talk to me about Charlotte, that goal, and the reaction on the bench.
Again, there's a player that I've asked Charlotte, Carly, and Chloe as a line. We asked them to play a role, keep the game simple, do the small things, and she just about scored one on Thursday night. It didn't quite work out, but there's a kid that everybody in that dressing room loves her. She works hard, and to be honest with you, the bench was just ecstatic because they got rewarded for their work, and that's what you like to see.
I said this to Charlotte, but it was funny. I chatted with her dad, Colin, quickly at the end of the game, and I said, wow, what a beautiful goal by Charlotte. He looked at me, he laughed. He goes, oh, she was saving that one up all year.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, Kevin, I know you want to celebrate this one, but how long will it be now before you switch your mindset to Atlantics? Because, it's a short tournament, quick games, one after the other, but how long will it be that you allow you and the team to celebrate this before you switch gears?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
We'll get to practice on Tuesday, and we'll kind of figure out where we're at mentally, and and our practice will be based on that, and then it's hard because we know these teams so well. Really for us, it's just about staying up, we got nothing to lose now. We weren't supposed to be there. We were the 4th seed in Nova Scotia, so we got nothing to lose, and that's our message. We're just going in relaxed, and we're going to stay the underdog.
Well, Kevin, on behalf of myself, and I think certainly I could speak for Maritime Athletic Profiles when I say thank you so much to you, to the Greenfoot Capitals organization, to all the coaches and players for being so cooperative and allowing us so much access throughout the course of the season to do things like pre-game, in-game, post-game interviews. It's meant a lot. We appreciate it.
Yep.
And we'll be certainly rooting for you in a couple weeks during Atlantics.
Yeah, before I'm done, I want to thank you guys as well. We have a vision here of pushing this game forward and promoting these girls, and you guys do the best job of anybody in Atlantic Canada, and we wish everybody else had your guys' standard, but we're fortunate that you guys do what you do for us, so thank you.
Well, we appreciate that. We love what we do, so it comes naturally. Listen, Kevin, thanks for taking the time. You can go now and celebrate with the team. And, again, congratulations on being Nova Scotia champions, and best of luck at Atlantics.
Thank you.
That's head coach Kevin Bennett. His Greenfoot Capitals get a huge victory in Game 4, 3-1 over the Lindsay Surge. They do indeed clinch the Maritime Major Female Hockey League Nova Scotia Championship. It's on to Atlantics in New Glasgow. Bye for now, and thanks for tuning in.